Hello and welcome everyone. So I'm going to do a video here on something that's very important, and I know a lot of you are doing on the side of what I'm showing in my videos. And what I mean on the side is with fruits, berries, melons, and herbs, some people really don't understand the dangers and the complete waste of time of adding things such as colloidal silver. And let me explain before you start, not liking this video and saying, oh, I love this, it's great. Let me explain. Number one, consuming colloidal silver is risky to gut health, and that was the title of this article. And I already knew this before this person already was talking about this and really mentioning this in the article. But even though this person claims they love colloidal silver, it's a wonderful antibiotic, and they've relied on it for many years to keep the family healthy, and from the use of any of the conventional antibiotics, she has some concerns about it. And let me explain. Despite its stellar reputation as a natural antibiotic, I never swallow colloidal silver and don't allow my children to ingest it either. And then she goes on to say that she only uses colloidal silver for externally based infections such as swimmer's ear. Others I know use it to gargle with as strep throat remedy. Now, before we get into this, I want to explain that oregano oil is going to be substantially better for anyone that has strep throat. It's known for the lungs. And I'm not just saying that to get you to, buy New Age's oregano oil, but to be honest, I've used it so many times, I can contest to that. And I've swallowed the oregano oil so many times, and there's no issues of it. It's not going to add in heavy metals unless you buy a junk oregano oil that is something that you purchase from maybe Walmart or something online that's really cheap. And let me explain why those can be just as bad as colloidal silver. Number one, oregano oil, when it's grown, unless it's grown in the mountains, and New Age's comes from the Mediterranean for a reason, because when it's grown there in the mountains, it's wild oregano, it's not going to be able to absorb all of those chemicals. So if it's grown in an oregano farm and they're shooting it with carvacrol, kind of like a GMO food, where they took the corn and they made the corn be able to produce its own pesticides so the bugs can't eat it, but then it destroys your gut health. It's the same thing with oregano oil, and oregano oil can also destroy your gut health if it's not the proper oregano oil. So hope that makes sense for everyone. If you want to save a few bucks and you want to buy something that is not wild, it's basically absorbing all of those chemicals, and then the process it's made with alcohol and other fillers, you're going to have an ineffective product that's going to harm your health. And that's just common sense, but a lot of people don't really understand that. So, again, silver is a heavy metal that accumulates in the body over time, the same as lead, aluminum, mercury. Why would anyone want to consume heavy metals? So she says it never made sense, and she's always avoided consuming any silver solution, including any of the other silvers. And the claim that silver is the only safe solution has never been at all convincing to her. And I totally agree. I'm going to leave a link to this article as well as other links that are going to be important. But let me get into exactly what this person is explaining and more on why people think supplements are so healthy for them. Vitamin C, which is ascorbic acid, it's not good for you. And it really came, basically I want to explain this article why vitamin pills don't work. And they actually may be bad for you. And I've talked about this several years ago, over 2 years ago. And now I'm showing some more evidence on this. And it was all because of this man. Okay? Linus Pauling. What did he do? Well, in 1964, at the age of 65, he started adding vitamin C to his orange juice in the morning. And it was like adding sugar to Coca-Cola. He believed that it was a good thing. And basically, at the age of 30, he proposed a third fundamental way that atoms are held together in molecules, melding ideas from both chemistry and quantum mechanics. I do want to mention that biochemistry is actually something that I'm a huge fan of, because biochemistry is really where you're getting your lymphatic system to move, you're incorporating the fruits, you're getting your kidneys to fill. I mean, everything that I'm showing you is the correct way. And if you don't believe me, just try it. Go on fruit and herbs for 2 months, watch what happens to your body. But if you start eating meat in front of taking the fruits, meaning that you're eating it maybe once a week or a couple times a month, believing this guy's theory, 20 years later, his work into how proteins, the building blocks of life, are structured. And then they talk about, the structure of the DNA and the code of said building blocks in 1953. But using animal products, just because they are protein sources, add other proteins into the body that cause lymph stagnation. They're acid-based, and they will cause the body to become acidic. And what are people consuming today? Meat, dairy, grains, and a whole host of other acids. And they can't figure out why they're sick. People can't figure out why they go on a vegan diet. 2 years later, they still have allergies. A vegan diet doesn't heal anything. Okay? What heals it is the living foods, the fruits, some vegetables you can do, or you can go all fruit. I'm on all fruit right now with herbs. And it's the fruit, the herbs that heals the body, because the body's healing itself. It's moving your lymph system, getting your kidneys to filter, improving liver sluggishness, and the herbs, the 5 medicinal mushrooms, which I'll include a link again below this video. I've been using that before I went raw again. I used it a month before, and the Chinese have used this for thousands of years. They really help nourish those organs with kidney damage, just like milk thistle can help with kidney damage short term, 30 days or less. I use that too. It really got me jump started, along with using the other herbs. But I've really found that the herbs took a few months to work, the medicinal mushrooms, but they work. Now, again, this guy, he had a great theory, and they say he's one of the most influential scientists, okay? But his antioxidants, yet his belief in the power of antioxidants have set us down a dangerous path. So why is that? Because antioxidants come from foods. Otherwise, he wouldn't have aged. I mean, we're all going to age, but look at the bags under his eyes. Look at the aging ability. They weren't working. If he went on a diet with fruit and herbs, and he was on a raw living food diet, even with some small amount of steamed vegetables, and he was about 95% raw, he would look substantially different. So the antioxidants from synthetic form do not work, and yes, they can cause more problems. I'm not going to get into this whole article, but I want to explain he was taking massive doses. He consumed 18,000 milligrams, which is 18 grams of the stuff per day, 50 times the recommended allowance. So if this was so good, why wasn't it working? Why was he not decreasing the aging process? He wasn't. And then he got, he was telling people it was going to get rid of HIV, and this is just nonsense. It's not going to. And just because he's an influential scientist, he didn't know what the heck he was doing. Sorry, with all due respect, this guy didn't have a clue about health. Now you might be wondering, James, why would I take the antioxidant powders? Those are antioxidants, right? Absolutely. Those are freeze-dried fruits, such as maki, schizandra. Schizandra is amazing. The Chinese medicine rave about it. And it is phenomenal when you add it to other antioxidants, but they're not in their synthetic form. That's why the antioxidant powders are expensive. Can somebody make antioxidant powders in vitamins? Absolutely. Would I take them? No. You see the difference? So that's what I want everyone to understand. And then he went on TV, and people really followed him, and the sales of his multivitamins and other dietary supplements boomed, and so did his fame. So today people take this same nonsense and they're doing the same thing. And there is very little evidence that these antioxidants will do anything. And in fact, there is information showing that antioxidants can actually, in supplement form, can increase the incidence of lung cancer by 16%. So take this information, folks. Don't take any other supplements. You can't take vitamins, iron, whatever it is, in these large quantities and heal the body. It comes from food. The only supplement is B12. It's sublingual, goes under your tongue, and it's once a week. I'll include the link to that too. Thank you, folks. Have a great day. Keep moving forward, folks. I want to see everyone become healthy. Bye-bye.